love going deep. You have a talent for it. It comes naturally to you to just like get to the bottom of things, see the deeper meanings in things, be curious about the deeper meanings in things. You like to, you are comfortable going deep. You are comfortable talking about things like death and trauma and sex and taboo things. You can delve into the unknown, the taboo. Did I say taboo stuff? Yeah, just the things that like uh, we're taught to kind of like shy away from. We're taught to stay, shallow with things and do small talk and stay really surface level. But you love to go deep. And I do too. So I totally get that. And I heard an amazing message today from Ascended Feminine Tarot, and she got me thinking about this. Yeah, was talking about like you're someone who just like naturally uh, likes to go deep and is like comfortable in the depths, and that's actually like really attractive. People are really drawn to depth and someone who can like navigate the depth artfully. All right. Um, but it's like the deeper they the closer they get to you, it's really attractive, right? So it's like drawing them in. Your depth is just drawing them in. And then the closer they get to you though, the the more they have to look at their own, they have to go deep within themselves, right? They have to go deeper within themselves than they are maybe prepared for. And so Ascended Feminine Tarot was saying that it's like uh, when, if you're in like the pool or an ocean and you're just having so much fun, you're splashing around, you're playing, and before you know it, you like look around and you're a lot deeper than you realized, and you're like, oh shit, like this is deep. I didn't realize I was out so far. And depending on your comfort with the depth, that can be like a really scary experience. But she was saying like that's your energy. It's like a siren energy. You like enchant people, attract people with your depths. They like come out into the depths to play with you, and then they're like, oh, wait, oh. They get like overwhelmed by the depth. It's too much for them. It's a little more depth than they were ready to take on, right? And so they get afraid. They might want to swim back to shore, right? They might start to panic. They're not used to the depth like you. They don't like it. They can't even swim, babe. Maybe it's not even that they can't even swim. They just have a fear of water. They don't want to get their hair wet. Something that is like preventing them from being comfortable in the depth. And you got to let them go back to shore, babe. You're not supposed to be like, oh, here's a life preserver. Here, come here. I'll teach you how to swim. It's totally fun. Let them go swim back to shore. Isn't that wild? And like, I think we're taught to be kind of like in the Little Mermaid movie. She loves the depth. She is very curious about, the unknown, about deeper questions. And but for whatever reason, she's like, yo, I want to go hang out with the people, and they can't hang out in the depths. The people cannot tolerate being in the depth with me. So what does the Little Mermaid do? She goes and literally signs away her voice. And I think also her like ability to like walk and move, just so she can go and hang out with the people who are more comfortable in the shallows. For the people who can't swim, the people who have to live on land because they can't handle the depth. They're afraid of it. They've been taught to fear it. They've been told that the depth will overwhelm them. And so the Little Mermaid could be like, okay, well, you know what? Not everyone can be in the depth like me. Let me go and like swim, and I'm going to hang out in the shallow end with the people. Babe, come on. I actually haven't seen the end of that one, but I assume she does not stay. I assume she like goes back to the sea where she is able to live freely and do cool mermaid shit and like just like be away from like regular ass people. Like, girl. So, anyway, that's how your energy is. It like lures people in inadvertently. You just being you, being your deep, profound self is so attractive. It just like draws people in, and before they know it, they're like, "Whoa, oh shit, it's way deeper than I thought it was. I'm not ready for this, actually. I'm not ready to go this deep. I haven't done my work, babe. I can barely tread water, all right? And my hands are getting tired." So they're gonna have to go swim back to shore. And you can swim, like, chaperone them back in. That is like so sweet. I love that. You're such a beautiful soul that you would, do that, but you don't have to. But if you do, come back out. You belong in the depth. You're supposed to show people that it's safe in the deep end, that the water's fine. That you can swim, that there's like something cool on the other side of the things we've been taught to fear. Like, yeah, death is scary, but on the other side of it is transformation, you know? Like, yeah, trauma is like scary, but like on the other side of it is healing. Mm. Yeah, I guess like, what was the other thing I said? Sex, scary, taboo. Ooh. But on the other side of it is play and healing and life. So, don't be ashamed that you like it deep, babe. That's where you're comfortable. You require a lot of space. You can, um, you survive well in the depths. So, yeah, if you're a great light like me, you don't have to be afraid of like the darkness. Yeah. I thought that was such a cool analogy and it really resonated. I was like, oh, yeah, man. A lot of people can't swim. I was thinking actually of my mother who she hates water, all right? But she actually only learned how to swim because to help teach me and my siblings how to swim, which is so loving and sweet. Um, However, now to this day, she still like doesn't like she doesn't swim. She doesn't put her feet in the water when she's at the beach or anything. The closest thing she will do is she loves taking cruises though, right? She loves kind of sailing on top of the water, but she is not going inside of it. And like I could stay on the shore with her, right? I could go on the cruises with her. But like, I'm a mermaid, babe. I'm a siren. I like to be in the depths. I like to be in the ocean, I like to get wet. I like when like a big wave comes and like topples me head over heels. Like I don't know, something about it just makes me feel very at home. Like the eye of the storm or something. Ooh, that's beautiful, sheeps. I love that. And like my mom isn't wrong, Someone who like doesn't like to go deep isn't necessarily wrong. And like maybe they have, yeah, I think my mom maybe had some trauma that made her fear deep water. Maybe someone doesn't want to get their hair wet. They're afraid of what they look like when they go deep, when they go too deep. Um, you know, I don't know. There's lots of reasons for why someone might not be ready to go as deep as you are. You've got a talent for going deep, though. All right. So you're not supposed to like make yourself smaller. You're not supposed to go swim in the shallows and hang out in the shallows um, just because that's where everyone else is, right? Just because that's where your family wants to hang out. You are safe to go deep, go explore. Your family will be there. Don't worry. They'll be on the shore, waving, being like, you're a little too far, come in. But no, you got it. Mm, great. I love that. I think that was probably perfect. Man, okay, this is my second episode where I did it like just from YouTube. And I love that I can disable the chat because, like, I just want to be able to deliver the message. I just want to be able to relay what I see and have you guys sit with it whenever you receive the message. And yeah, like let me know what comes up for you. Let me know if you get the analogy. Let me know if you see where I'm going with it. Yeah. But my mom, so she's like a um sorry, I just got high, so kind of dry mouth. um yeah, doesn't like the water. But she does like to cruise, you know, she likes to be on top of the water in like a, you know, very kind of manufactured, sanitized kind of man-made way, you know? And I think a lot of us are taught like that's the way to approach the depth in a kind of removed way where you're like above and not really, you're not really in the deep, you know? You can admire the deep from afar, but you know, you're not really going in it. And a lot of people feel comfortable there on the shore or on a cruise ship. But if you like to go deep, baby, go deep. Go deep. That helps all of us, actually. 1111 as I say that. You help show us that the water's fine, right? And water just brings us so many things, transformation, like expansion, life. And we've been taught to be so afraid of it. We've been taught that like it's going to overwhelm us. But yeah, it's like, you know, it's a paradox. With death comes life. With, you know, trauma comes healing. And so you got to be willing to go deep. And it's so fun too. There's so much to explore. There's so much we haven't seen yet. So go deep and like tell us what's there. Tell us what's up. Yeah. All right, I think I'm gonna get off because like I think I delivered the message. I think I kind of ate that. So I love it. Me and Billy went to this new restaurant today. It's new to us. This place. I don't know if I'll say it, but just because it was like it was all right. It was like kind of expensive, which is fine if the food is going to be like delicious. But it was like a little one note, maybe. It was just like all right. Baltimore has such a delicious, amazing food scene. So like we have so many options for delicious food. So one restaurant is, and it's fine. I'm sure maybe it's someone else's style, but mm, mm. But one of the things about going deep is this like desire to like explore. It's a curiosity about, you know, the unknown. And so like, you know, I was happy. I thought it was like still a really fun experience. Anyway, just talking about the joy of exploring. Anyway, you're deep, babe. You're talented at it. You discover so much from that process of going deep, from going within. A lot of people are not comfortable doing the process of going within. They don't want to learn how to swim. They don't want to learn how to swim deep because you got to breathe differently. You got to move your arm differently. There, it is a little scarier. But isn't it interesting that we like start in the womb like full of water, like underwater, essentially, and then we spend the rest of our lives being terrified of being in that space. Interesting. Anyway, if you made it this far, give me a wave emoji because you like to be out deep, you know, beyond the surf, right? Or maybe the moon is a full moon, and maybe a swimming emoji, you know, if you can swim. But yeah, that's what I wanted to say. I love it. I'm really proud of myself for like I've really streamlined my whole live streaming process, and now it's like it really is like a safe space for me to like share the message. Like I feel comfortable. I can like just do whatever I want. It really is like I'm just talking to myself in the mirror behind me like I always do. And it's perfect. I love it. They look so cute. I couldn't find my like regular long sleeve. So this one is actually like I'm wearing it backwards, but it's so cute. Mm, mm. All right. That's all I gotta say. It's more than all I gotta say. But yeah. But I just like, I love like basking in being on a live and not being apprehensive about like trolls or mean people or haters in the comments. It's just like a beautiful, oof. It's like, when you go deep, it's real quiet underwater. It's real quiet down there. Mm, and it's beautiful. All right. I think that's all I have to say. Um, like, comment, subscribe, only if you're cool though, and you're on the level. Unsubscribe if you're not. And yeah, hit the notification bell because I'm going to be going on more regularly or, just whenever I want. Now that I like don't have to like go through Billy to like set up a thing for me. I can just like go on whenever I want to deliver the message. Ah, I love that. So yeah, hit the notification bell, like, comment, subscribe if you're cool, unsubscribe if you're not. And yeah, bring your forehead up against the screen real quick. I love you so gosh darn much. And this is all made up, okay? So mm, mm. Keep going deep. Get out there. You can swim. You love going deep. You're so good at it. So go out. Yeah, keep doing it. Everyone else will catch up once they like get over their fears and learn how to swim or whatever, right? Yeah. Mm. All right. I love you, you little siren. I'll talk to you later. How do I get out of this again? I think this one. Oh, up here. Salam. And yalla bye.